Hello, my name is Joseph Carlson. This is the Tabletop Experiment, episode 41, Dragonlance Part 32. And what happened was in the first 2 minutes, I forgot to hit record. Probably 3 minutes. So I'm just going to catch you guys up to speed really quick, and we're going to go right into the episode. Basically, Swami wasn't here the week before last, so we kind of rewound time. Martok was also had to leave early anyway. O'Grady is up on the roof of the makeshift stable barn, sleeping as a raccoon. Swami went to the office of the Tower of High Sorcery, the Mage of High Sorcery. They had an office. Uriel did. He went to sleep. Swami and Martok stayed in the barn slash bar that near the market, and they started talking to the matron mother, asking her a bunch of questions about being undead. And we're kind of coming in the middle. We're coming in the middle of Swami asking the matron mother a bunch of questions about her being undead, and you'll see what happens after this. I just recorded the episode and realized. Anyway, we're coming right in the middle of the episode. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Tell your friends. We're getting more and more views on YouTube and stuff. It's great. But here you go. Here's the episode.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Cuts you up and puts you in different pots everywhere. Now you're just alive in multiple pieces.
That's why I'm trying to find out if Homegirl can call them.
Yeah, imagine you're conscious, but you're just like...
Yeah, it's like a worm. Pieces. I fish, and it's messed up. I cut the worm in half, and then put half on the hook and save the other. In my head, okay, clearly it's still alive, but I cut it in half. So does it still feel the other body? Like if I left one here and took the other half to New York, what's the worm thinking?
Right. But it's like magical pieces, so it's magically connected. Yeah, it's weird.
You never thought of it, huh?
She leans into you and she's like, I mean, I guess.
Oh, here's a good question.
Can I cut a finger? Can I cut one of your fingers off real quick?
Would it regrow from the neck down, or would the neck grow the head up?
And what would happen to your old head that got chopped off? If that's the theory.
Right? Because it's healing.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it just like restitching or something?
Yeah, or do I have to put your head back on?
Oh, now you got me into it, man.
Bro, I'm saying, this is very interesting. This could... Listen, the fact that you can stab her and she just regenerates, her blood comes back, that power is already overpowered. Imagine any of us being undead, gathering like information, getting stronger. You can never die. You can never die. You can't tell me that's not intriguing.
That's pretty cool.
Until you get tired of it.
Bro, are you kidding me? I'm a mage. If I'm a mage forever, listen, I'll never... What? I'd be Dumbledore by the end of all of this. Are you kidding me?
I don't know, man.
But
all somebody has to do is chop your fucking arms. And
bro, that's why I'm trying to find out. Listen, that's why I gotta cut a finger off and see what happens. I have to cut whatever fingers off. I asked her if I can cut her finger off. Is she cool with it?
She's like, you want to cut my finger off?
Yeah, I mean, like, you're not gonna die. It hurts a little bit, but come on now, you're an undead. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you.
You see, like, that whole thing of, like, her actually showing emotion. You see her eyes kind of glaze over again, and she's like, sure, but you have to pay me.
What? What do you want?
10 gold.
Don't. Oh, done. Here, take it. Take your money.
All right, you see her put her pinky on the table a la Quentin Tarantino, and it's like, do it. You do it.
Oh, done. I chop it off.
All right. Roll to attack with advantage. You have been having a couple beers, but she did put her finger on the table, so we'll give you advantage.
What am I rolling?
Attack. Just do a dexterity. We'll say that. Just do 2 dex, not saving throws, but dex checks. So right below your dex number, it'll be like +2, +1, whatever.
With advantage?
Yep. No, that's a dex save.
Is it? All right. Oh, the one above it. The one above it. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me something good. Ugh.
13. I mean, it's on the table. You cut it off. You see blood spurt out, and then you see
Hold on. Right away, I snatch that finger. I move that finger away from her hand to see what happens.
Okay.
As soon as I cut it, I grab it.
You see, like the blood go back into her finger, and you see it seal up, but you don't see a finger grow right away.
All right, now after that, I ask her, try and mentally somehow call this finger, and I open my palm as it's in my as the finger's right here, doing this little finger thing, and see if she can call it.
You see her look at her finger, and then kind of like look like she kind of winces a little bit, and you see the finger in your hand turn to dust.
Oh, God. So now she's a 9-finger lady.
And you caused it.
Bro, I feel bad. I feel bad now.
Do you?
Yeah,
really,
do you?
I feel bad.
No,
I feel
you-
horrible, bro. I feel horrible.
I don't know if you do, but all right.
I do.
Listen,
All right.
I do like how everybody was like, "This is a bad idea," and then Martok's like, "Yeah, but what if? How does her head?" Oh no, now I'm thinking
Listen,
about it.
okay. I ask her.
Oh, now
to
you have more
focus on her
experiments.
hand.
Okay.
I ask her to focus on her hand and her missing finger to see if she can make it grow back.
She's like, "Are we gonna be here all night doing this? Is it an
Oh,
hour?
we'll be here forever. I need to know your.
No,
I
she
need to
said,
know the full
she
extent
looked-
of your ability.
She looks at you and you said you'll be here forever. She says, "I'll be here forever. You'll die.
Hey, that's fine.
You'll
I'll be here as
What
long
do
as
you
I need to be here.
It's just like a Halloween decoration with your bones are
fucking
sitting at the bar waiting for
Flying
her
around in there.
waiting for her finger to grow back. Yeah. She's like, "Really, you want to wait?" She goes, "Why not?"
Yeah.
She goes, "Why not just come back?"
Ugh.
She's like, "Do you think it's gonna happen in 10 minutes?"
I was hoping it was gonna happen in 5 seconds.
She shows her, nub. We'll say there's like a little nub. She's like, it hasn't happened yet. Thank you for the 10 gold, though.
It was 10 gold, well spent. Let me tell you,
She's like,
it's the cheapest finger I've ever bought.
"What are you buying out fingers? All of a sudden, you're not telling the group."
Oh no! But if I were to sell mine, I'd sell it for more than 10 gold. I'll tell you that.
Well, I mean, she's undead, so like, what attachment does she have to her undead limbs? Maybe she should
An
add.
undead 9-finger lady.
Yeah, I know. What else? She's like, she finishes her alcohol. She's like, "I'm going to leave now. Swami, it was nice to meet you. Maybe."
Sorry about your finger.
She's like, "For some reason, it's been a few hundred years. I'm not that attached." And then she leaves. Like, Martok, are you just like, what the heck? Just
nodding my head like,
Hey.
all right.
Martok, that was all your fault.
How?
Dude, you stood there. You stood there by me and didn't even come in. Hey, yo, Swami, chill. No, and you were like, "Oh, actually,
I mean, she allowed it, so I mean, I don't know.
all right, justified."
fine.
It was all her fault then.
I don't think
She
it's a
wanted to
problem.
know too.
Yeah,
hey,
self-resolve.
maybe she did it. She does actually feel pain, and so it's one of those things where you can't do it to yourself. Where she's like, "I'm not doing it to myself." So
I keep the dust. I keep it. I keep the dust.
you might just write some of that like undead dust. Like it could be a spell component for something.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It might.
Yeah, write it down.
Something might happen later.
Yeah, write it down on your notes. So you have some
maybe.
undead. Just say you have some undead dust.
Sprinkle it on your
Undead
food.
yeah.
It's a nice pepper.
Seasoning.
It's very exotic. Oh, do you just use salt? Like I have like undead dust. That's crazy.
I won't let me. Oh,
Go to the
dear Lord.
notes and. Is there anything else you guys want to do before you go to bed? You did hear. I forget who it was. Martok. You did hear someone mention, "Hey, maybe just go to the Mages of High Sorcery. They're building an office." I think it was Adric or somebody mentioned it last session.
Me?
Like, yeah, like instead of paying for an inn, you're a Mage of High Sorcery. They have a building. They're building there.
Martok's not.
Oh, sorry. Oh, it's Swami. I meant Swami.
Oh.
Yeah. But Martok, the knights do have an office there and everything, and it's getting nice. So you probably don't have to pay for an inn, right? You could just go and
Yeah,
say,
I'd probably just go
to the barracks.
barracks.
And
wherever that is.
everything's makeshift right now, so they don't really have like one, it's not a finished location. It looks like just a empty they're putting beds in and stuff.
I'll turn in and go to the barracks or whatever the office is and find a spot to lay down.
Okay. Is there anything you want to check out? Like, there is still a couple people at the market, but everybody's kind of at the bar and clearing out. They were waiting for it to be late to serve alcohol. Is there anything you want to get before you leave, or are you just going to go sleep?
No, I mean, I have 4 gold left. There's nothing I can do with that.
I can afford nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. I can afford to go to sleep.
So I didn't do a map I didn't do a board for the barracks because they're being built. I probably could have done something being built. You basically go back to the courtyard with all the, there's like the bakery there that O'Grady really loves. There's, the mages, that's where they're building their office. Titina's got a workshop there. Like, it's really kind of building up now that, like, people are in town, and you hear a lot of scuttlebutt. When you go back to the barracks, there's obviously a lot of people that you don't recognize. You see, like, a couple Kender, a few dwarves. There's, like, probably 6 people in the barracks, and they all have green sashes on. And when they see you with the white sash, they all stand up and look very rigid.
I'll just say at ease and just keep going.
Yeah, and you see them just all relax, and then they, like, hit their bunk. And they go, like, you go to find a bunk. They're like, what are you doing, sir? And, like, it's this kid who just started getting stubbled. He's, like, 16, like a human kid with, like, kind of dirty blonde hair. He's like, sir, what are you doing? There's an officer's bed over there in the corner, and it has, like, a door and everything.
Sure. Go over there. I don't care. I'll sleep wherever.
Yeah, so they think you're an officer, which is pretty.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go use the officer bed. Yes.
Cool. You go do that. You, like, go to bed. Swami, you were gone. You heard that the mages of high sorcery, they're building an office. They have bunks. And you heard that Uriel was actually going that way before you did your science experiment on the undead. Do you want to go to there, or do you actually want to pay for an inn? I mean, you don't have to. Oh, you're muted.
Would sleeping in a bed in the inn give me any bonuses?
A bed's a bed, man. This isn't like a video game where you get, like, an extra heart if you sleep in a particular bed, or...
No, I stick with the group.
Well, I mean, you would go to the Mages of High Sorcery. Instead of you paying for an inn, you are a Mage of High Sorcery, and they have beds at their office. They're building, the place you went with Sinat, your mentor. They have beds in that office building, like, up, off to the side, like, for mages to rack out with.
I skedaddle my way up there.
Okay. I have a board for that. I'll do that. Let's see here. Let's see here. We'll do... Oh my god. My cats are getting in a fight. They're, yeah, is it this one? No, that's...
Cats.
They're not excited about things.
What are they fighting about?
They just chase each other around the house.
Cat stuff.
Yeah, they literally just... I don't know if this is the... Oh, that's the wrong board.
Did they ever scratch up your stuff?
No, we give them scratch pads for that, so they actually stick to the scratch pads. They don't scratch our stuff up, which is kind of nice. But now they're chasing each other, so they're very... Oh, well, look at that. So, yeah, this is like this is where the mages are in town. Sinat left. I'll put your mini right here.
He's right there.
That was Sinat. Put your mini right here. There you go. Boom. Yeah, you come back to the office, and the doors, it's open right here, but I think I might be able to... Oh, yeah. Anyway, it's kind of... Oh, they're trying to hit each other. Anyway, they are literally chasing each other up chairs and stuff. You see the door closed, and I forgot to move them, but just like before, you see an automaton here, And when you approach the door, it's like slumped over. You approach the door, and the door is like under construction. It has beams around it and everything. And as soon as you approach, you see the automaton, like its eyes light up blue, and it like stands a little bit. And it's like, Swami, please. And then it like motions the door, and you see out of its hand, you see like a key, and it reaches over and unlocks the door. It just lets you in, basically.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Now, what would happen if it would have been a stranger that approached it? Can I ask him that? Does it talk?
Oh
Can it
yeah,
talk
yeah.
to me?
You can talk to him as he's unlocking the door.
Yeah. I want to ask. I see that you opened the door for me, and I understand why you opened the door for me. But I want to know what would have happened if it would have been a stranger that would have approached. What would you guys do in that situation?
He's like, I was ordered to attack anybody that isn't a mage, or doesn't have permission from the mages.
What do you know? What kind of skills do you possess?
Just skills about fighting and listening.
So only physical attacks?
Yes, I can't use magic like you can.
Are you comfortable enough to tell me what your weaknesses are?
I have weaknesses just like mortals. If you do enough damage to me, I'll have to be repaired.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Just had a few questions.
I just like how you're just keeping a notebook on everybody's weaknesses. You're just like, if I cut this undead lady's thumbs off, I can beat the shit out of this robot. All this stuff.
Undead is... If she had the potential to regenerate herself or call the finger back, oh yeah, brought a beeline straight for that place and made my guy undead mage. But her finger vanished.
I mean, you really don't know.
Turned to dust.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this much: if you tried to recreate that, it'd be very difficult because she didn't even know what she was doing when that happened to her. So like, it was just a literal bunch of accidents. Yeah, I know you've done that before. I will go down that hallway that's collapsing.
Yeah, hey.
Who
knows what's
so
gonna happen?
when you go in the thing, you know, in the office, you see what you saw before with Sanat, but to the right when you come up the stairs, right here, you see a map of the Northern Wastes, and there, it's all here, and there's like chess pieces all on the map and everything. Do you want to look at it, or are you just gonna rack out, or?
Yeah, for right. I'll just take my character to bed for right now.
Okay. Uriel, do you snore? Does your character snore? Is he a snorer or is he a sound sleeper?
I am a sleeper.
Just a sound, like not even the sound of a mouse.
I grew up trying to be sneaky.
Oh,
Why would I
wasn't
snore? one
one of the background things you got for that A Life Well Lived? Aren't you like a heavy sleeper? Wasn't that one of the things on your background? That like you were a heavy sleeper or something like that?
I'll have to get my trusty little book and look.
Yeah, let me know, because you might wake up when he comes in. Uh-oh, he's got to get his notebook. I want to see if he's going to wake him up or not, actually. Not that it's important to, like, the overall story, but... I think I can, like, move him.
Wait. Could I grab the map before I lay down?
I mean, you can, but it's huge. Oh, you want to look at it, or you want to take the thing?
I want to take it to bed and read it and look at it while I'm laying down.
Well,
I don't want to like steal it.
Well, it's huge. It's like the size of that table. So it's like you unrolling a scroll on your bed, and you have a copy of the map on you. Remember, you got it from the library.
Oh, so this one doesn't have like extra.
Well, there's like markings
marks
on it, but you would have. I'd make you do an Arcana check because Sinat was standing over it when you were talking to her, so she wrote notes in Arcana, like ancient.
No, I'll just wait.
Whatever. You don't.
I'll wait till the morning. Yeah, I'll wait till the morning.
Okay, you don't want to try to. You're like, Research? Screw that.
I'm more of a, cut a finger type of guy.
So I
I'm
got
more of
how to do the best.
I'm more of a science experiment kind of guy. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Physical science.
Uriel,
Cut the finger
are
off
you
and
a
see what
light
happens.
sleeper? Is your guy a light sleeper?
It doesn't say anything about it, but I'm pretty sure with everything we've
You're probably
I
out.
sleep, but if I hear noises, I'm going to be up.
Okay.
And my finger's going to be pointed.
He had the finger gun, like gonna shoot like a firebolt at somebody.
Yep.
Swami, you come into the room. You open the door, and you see Uriel just passed out in the bed. But he shoots up and does a finger gun thing right when you come in the room, and you see just a little bit of flame on the tip of his finger.
I say it easy there, Pyro.
Watch out there, partner.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you're like, well, these are actually very nice beds. These would be considered like pretty posh beds to sleep in.
That Tempur-Pedic, huh?
Yeah, it's like, let me
I'm-
change this number up, and yeah, we got something going on.
I'm only seeing one bed in there, so like, what?
That's what I'm saying.
There's
Are
two.
we spooning?
There's two.
Where's the other one?
They're right next to each other. I'm
Oh God!
blocking
So
it.
you combine them for a king size? Listen, hey brother,
Hey, we spooned
look, brother, listen. This is only because that's how they're set up. I like the women.
Don't
I like
read
women.
anything into
Yeah.
this.
I like women.
Don't
All right, buddy.
read anything
Matter
into
of fact,
this.
Lie.
matter of fact, let's not tell any of the other guys about this. It's never happened.
We didn't
You
sleep in
stay
the
on
same.
your side, I stay on mine.
Yes, sir. Put some pillows in between.
I like the idea of you guys just being against the wall, afraid to like get near each other at all. You're like 4 feet, 4 feet, 4 feet. Like, you gotta, so, any other questions or anything before we go to day 2 of your R&R?
No, boom.
All right. Cool. So I want everybody to roll initiative so I can do this in order. So everybody give me an initiative roll.
All right, come on, give me something good. I've been getting low numbers for
9.
the last 3 that I've attended. All the numbers have been low.
What
I
did
got
you?
that 7.
What did?
I got 11.
What did you get? All right. Did you roll real dice, Uriel, or am I just not
I
seeing it?
did.
What'd
You
you
want me to roll other
No,
dice?
What'd you get? I didn't hear.
7.
7.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys have great rolls. We'll get it out of the way now. So Swami with an
I got a
11.
7 as well.
Oh, you did? Did I not?
Well, I had +2, so 9.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Swami, you're first. You're first up. You wake up in the morning, and I'll say, because you woke up, Uriel, you have a few minutes before he wakes up.
Oh.
Is there anything?
Wait, hold on, you guys. I'll be right back.
All right. I'll go to
The
Uriel.
next person.
Uriel, you're right next to him. He wakes up and he wakes you up.
Am I I'm not the highest number, am I?
No, but he has to leave right now. He has to run an errand, so I'm letting you. I'm gonna skip
In
that.
IRL.
Yeah, in IRL, he has to run an errand or whatever. So you wake up. He wakes you up. You're like, oh. Now you get a long rest. I don't know if you marked that on your sheet, but you get a long rest from anything. I don't know if you guys. I mean, everybody's gonna get a
We
long
haven't
rest.
done anything, so
Yeah, I didn't know. I forgot. So if you had done something or.
nope, we're all good.
So what do you want to do now that you're up? You're like, oh god, like it. But the bed was really good. You're like, oh man, that was a really good night's sleep. I'll unknock you out here.
I go into the other room
Hey, you're up.
to see if there's like
Oh,
something.
you do. As hang on, I'm gonna do this. I'll move you. As you kind of come in here, you like walk. You know that thing where you wake up and you're like stretching and everything.
Mhm.
You see the automaton. He's in there, and you see him. He's like pouring coffee in the corner here. On the little, and he's got like you smell like warm bread, you know, like a honey cake or something in the morning. And he's like, and you see his eyes flash for a second. He's like, Uriel, morning.
Like, what is your name? I do not want to call you automaton, or automaton. So, what is your name?
He like pauses for a second. He says, "Most people just call me Blue. My eyes are blue."
Blue it is.
You're my boy, Blue.
Boy, Blue.
You gave me beverages in the morning and honey cakes. You're my boy, Blue. Do you go have
I go
breakfast?
I grab it. I was like, thank you very much.
And there's like croissants on the table. Swami, you're awake and you kind of like smell all this, and you kind of I moved you as you're knocked out. Sorry, I just thought it was funny. I just moved your mini as you were knocked out, so it looked like you were like floating in the air. All right, we'll move you up here. You kind of wake up in the morning and you hear, Uriel have that exchange. You're like right behind him. What do you guys want to do? You see him go to the table. You heard what he said. Did you hear what he said, or did you come in for that, or no? What he said to what Uriel said to the automaton, or did you hear any of that, Swami? Swami? Are you there?
He's not here yet. Can you hear us?
No, something happened. He can't hear me.
No, yeah, something's happening. He can't hear.
He muted his headset or something. So, fine, Uriel. You're sitting there eating and everything. Swami comes out, is like stretching, You're eating like honey cakes and stuff and tea, whatever you want for a morning beverage. There's coffee there, cream. It's actually kind of posh. You're just in this little like snack nook. And you see the automaton as soon as you start eating. He just goes back to work. And he said, just, if you need anything, come get me. I'll be in the front and guard duty. And he like starts, walking.
Thank you, Blue. You're my boy, Blue.
You see like the head nod, as he walks away. And you see the shield strapped to his back, and he's got like a short sword on his side. Whoa. He goes out. Do you want to do, are you just going to eat? And, there's still those books in the corner and everything here.
Well, what I was going to say was I'm going to sit here for a second and
wait for Swami.
I'm going to make me a little plate with some sweet tarts and some bread and a cup of coffee. And I'm going to walk over and grab one of the books over there in the corner and just start thumbing through it while I'm eating.
Is there a specific book you're looking for, or something you want to research? Because they're still moving in, so these bookshelves, even though they're very full on the screen, some of them are missing. Is there, like, do you want to read about, the undead or the wastes or anything like that?
The waste.
Give me an investigation check to see if they got,
Yeah, I probably didn't get it.
What'd you get, a 2 or something?
Investigation +4, so I got a 9.
No, you do find like a general book that has like these fold out maps of like Calamane and Kryn proper and all that kind of stuff. So like it is just a general history. There's only a couple sentences, paragraphs about the wastes. It's very general. That it is an arid place, but can you give me an intelligence check? Not a saving throw, just a check. So
intelligence check.
Probably pretty high, you being a wizard and all.
That would be a 19.
It's very good. They do talk about in this book something called the wash that affects the waste, where it's basically like because canyons of the waste are connected to the sea, there is flash flooding. And that affects a lot of the wildlife in the wastes. And if you're traveling in the waste, they talk about it can be very dangerous to travel in the waste because there's 3 moons on Kryn, and because of that, sometimes the wash gets temperamental. And
see, that makes sense to me now, because when you were talking before about how it would flood up there, I'm like, well, unless they got like substantial downpour, there would be no flooding.
When you
now that I know that it's connected,
Mi pollo.
connected to the sea, I can understand that.
If you look at the map that I showed you guys of the waste, you'll see those canyons connect to the ocean. So you'll see how they all kind of like come in, and if water was to flash flood in, it would flood the canyons. It's very sporadic though. So you don't know if it's going to happen. And there's just a blurb, like a paragraph about, people have tried to study this and try to figure out the way the wash is, but it's because of the 3 moons that tides are really messed up. And even though the general ocean, people can figure out tides, because of the canyon system, it's just very difficult to figure out, what's going on with, the wash.
Yeah.
Um,
And with salt water, that would mean that they're not really getting the fresh water to help with vegetation or
right.
stuff
I mean,
like
there is harsh vegetation there, and they do get rain once in a while. So even, because I think I described it to you guys, but it's basically like New Mexico. So it's like, there is some rain, but it's sporadic and it's mostly desert. You have pockets of trees and shrubbery and stuff like that. It's not totally desolate like the Sahara or whatever. I will go, and if Swami didn't figure out his thing, I'll go to. Is there anything else before I move on? Anything else?
No, I'm just going to be looking at books and eating my breakfast.
Martok is gone. O'Grady, you. Oh wait, I think is Jesse coming? Oh, anyway, O'Grady, as you're like waking up in the morning and stretching as a raccoon, you get a long rest, so mark that down in your character sheet.
Yeah.
Is there anything that when you wake up, are you just going to climb down the pole and become O'Grady again, or are you just going to walk around as a raccoon? I mean, what are you thinking you're going to do this morning?
I think I'm gonna turn back into O'Grady.
Okay. There's nobody really at the market because you wake up early in the morning, so like you.
Exactly.
Yeah, you see other animals, some squirrels running around. None of them are smoking cigarettes, but you see a couple of them run around. You see a dog and a cat. There's like some stray animals that are eating the leftovers of what was dropped at the market, But you turn into a Grady and stretch. Is there anything you want to do this morning? Is there anybody you want to talk to? Anything you want to look at?
Let's find something to eat, I guess.
Find something to eat. I mean, give me, just give me a perception check with advantage. Yeah, the second one was much better. You do notice there was a dwarf who came in. I'll go back to
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
There was a dwarf that you saw. I'll go back to the market board. There was a dwarf that you saw when you were where'd it go? Oh, right here. There was a dwarf that you guys saw when you came in that was like handing out kebabs and everything. He's still. It looked like you don't know if he slept there. Well, I don't think I can move into your guys. Right? Oh, there you are. You turn it O'Grady. Whoops. You kind of like stretch out. I'm not going to move the tables and everything, but you walk through and the horses are back in the makeshift bar because it was a barn. Horses are there just eating hay. You walk through, the horses look at you and go back to eating hay. The donkey's still there, but none of the alcohol is strapped to him. He's just got empty saddlebags. He's sitting in the corner. And you kind of stretch and come out here, and you see that one dwarf that was handing out kebabs. He's up, and he just started to spit. And you can, like, smell, like the kebabs coming through. And he's like, morning! He seems really chipper for someone. It's got to be, like, 6 or 7 in the morning. And, yeah, he's way too chipper. He's like, oh, did you sleep in the bar?
Even better. On top of it.
Okay. Do you want a kebab? And he like points, and you see a couple like he has like a little rack, like a resting rack.
Yeah, how much?
Early morning special. 2 for a copper instead of a copper each.
Okay, I'll do that.
Great. 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 Do you just take 2?
Yeah, I'll take 2.
All right. Yeah, you kind of look around. It's one of those things where you're eating. You're like, oh my god. And you look around, and like no one's really in the market. You do see some people setting up, and you actually see the matron mother, the undead, apothecary or whatever. She is setting up her thing in the morning, and she's really the only one there. Everybody else is either asleep. I mean, you guys' minis are here, but you see Tank, who was in the bar last night. He's sleeping on the ground at his booth, like under, like in a naps, in a bedroll or whatever. He's sleeping there, and you hear him snoring. Nobody else is really around. That weird creature that fed you last night, they're not around. You do see that automaton that sold you guys the explosives. He is walking through the market though, like in a slow patrol, and he sees you, and then his eyes flash a little bit, and then he just keeps walking. Sorry, what?
I said, "Oh, okay."
Is there? I mean, do you want to just look at the booths? Because some of this stuff seems to be still open, like with the security of the automaton. People don't really. There isn't a lot of theft.
Yeah. I still go to that lady's booth. Booth.
The undead woman.
Yep.
Yeah, she sees you like come up, and she's hang on, I gotta find your mini. She sees you, and she's like, good morning. And you see her setting like some crystals, and she has like these small boxes. Roll a perception check. All right. She is putting stuff up. She's like, I remember you from yesterday. She's like, do you want anything?
Just browsing.
Oh.
And exactly know where everybody went.
Oh, I heard that the two mages, I believe, there's an office of high sorcery in town, and they went there. For your one friend, he had Knights of Solemnia armor on. I believe he just went. There's even a barracks being built in town as well, or at least a building they're turning into a barracks. He's there sleeping, maybe? You woke up very early.
What do you have up for sale?
She's like, well, many arcane things. And she like looks at you for a second. She's like, I have some spell components, but yes, I have these crystals I sold your friend. They help recharge some spells for someone like you. What are you looking for exactly? And you see, she seems like, you heard her speak the other day. She seems to have like a lot of more emotion now in the morning. Like she actually seems to care. And
I'm gonna say I'm just browsing. Just one of those crystals.
oh, your audio's weird again. It's getting like,
Oh, is it?
yeah, got like really.
Alright.
Sorry, I skipped over Swami. Swami, what did you? I'm gonna go back in the morning while he's figuring that out. We'll just use the theater of the mind instead of me switching back. So you get up, you smell like honey cakes, you smell coffee, tea, stuff like that. You see a little corner table set up. You kind of heard some murmurings of what Uriel said when he got up. Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, well I skipped you. So yeah, you get up. Do you want some cakes or anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Can I
get
find some coffee somewhere around?
Yeah, it's all on the table. There's like a little pitcher of coffee.
boom.
There's like some tea. They have like Danishes, the Kryn equivalent of a Danish. I don't know how that works.
Croissants?
Yeah, they have some croissants. Yeah. You just make a plate, and you. I'm not gonna make you roll perception, but you look straight over and you see Uriel like with his feet up in a chair reading a book. Do you want to talk to him or?
Oh, I thought you were gonna describe a little more. I thought you were about to just drop him and add more.
No, he's just sitting up in the corner reading a book. In that one corner, you saw Sinat, where she was kind of like working. You see the library up there on the wall and stuff like that.
No, I grab my food and I walk up to that map and compare it to mine to see if she or if anyone else might have added a couple extra markings to it.
Okay.
compared to mine.
I gotta like make a thing on here. All right, I'm gonna put you. Okay, you go here, and like give me an Arcana check. I'm gonna put you over here, Uriel, because you're reading a book. Give me an Arcana check.
Oh God.
Even for you, these look like old arcane writings that you've like you've never seen before. Do you speak Celestial? Is that one of the languages you speak?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Nope.
Uriel, you see Swami do all this. You know, he's messing with the map and moving the pieces while you're reading.
Like, that's the map of the wastelands, ain't
it? Yes, sir. Just trying to find out what more they know compared to us.
I think I talked to her a little bit last night, but not very much. You know about the teleportation area and the... What was the name of that other place? The Lost...
City. Well, there's a City of Lost Names.
Yeah, the City of Lost Names.
Yeah.
And I think the City of Lost Names was close to where that supposed teleportation area should be.
What about it?
We saw that a little bit, but
you want to head there? You want to check it out?
Once we head up north, I'm kind of interested, because if that's a teleportation place,
where do you think it goes?
That's the question. That's what I want to know.
That's why I asked if we had rope, so we can tie some rope and one jumps through.
Because that could bring us either back down to here, or it could take us somewhere even more amazing.
We should ask around to see if anybody knows more about that.
Well, I know the little bit I asked, nobody really had any idea about it. But
both of you guys, give me a history check, Swami and Uriel. How's your audio coming, Swami or O'Grady? Is it better?
I don't know. How does this sound any better?
There's like some weird robot-y stuff going on.
Oh, still?
Yeah, it sounds like there's like interference.
About that.
No. There's like a weird...
It sounds like the feds are listening to us.
Yeah, it sounds like the line's been tapped.
No shit.
At least everybody could hear it. It wasn't just me being crazy.
I
don't know why this suddenly started happening.
I got an 8.
What did you get, Uriel?
23.
They're coming though.
Oh,
They're coming.
You do remember Adric saying that he was reading up on this place and really studying, and I mean everybody was kind of doing their own research, as it were, but Adric was really studying about the wastes and found out quite a bit about the wastes, so he might be the one to ask any info.
I tell Swami that. I said, well, Adric was really big. That's what he was studying mainly while we were in the library, so we can ask him and see if he knows anything more.
Yeah, let's go bully him real quick.
I mean, I don't think we really need to bully him.
No, it's
he's like a party member. You're like, tell us what you know. Like, shake him down. He's like, why are you doing this? Like, we're gonna be on the road. You can just.
It's just. It's just a figure of speech.
None that I know. Like, wow. All right, are you guys gonna go take off and try to find him?
Yeah.
Sorry, O'Grady. Sorry, Fade. What is it? You sounded better a little bit. Anyway. Oh,
he has his headphones off.
Oh, now he's.
Gone.
Oh, there you go.
Keep talking.
Is this any better?
It's a little better.
A little better.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the
We
plain.
can understand you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Martok, it's your turn. You wake up in the barracks, and when you wake up, you just see Darrett Highwater standing over you, and he's like, "Morning."
Go, "Blah." It's like that's too close, sir.
He's like, "I see you enjoyed my bed."
I did. I was told I could sleep here by the littles outside. You got breakfast ready, or you just been not doing anything?
Actually, why don't you go get me breakfast? Because technically I rank you by about a week. That would be good. Go get me breakfast and we'll talk.
All right. And then as I'm walking out, I'm just like,
he's like your commanding officer. You're like, you. He totally ordered me around like I'm a soldier. Oh wait, shoot, I did sign on the dotted line. Whoops.
I'll go get you breakfast. So yeah, I'm gonna walk out of there.
Now, do you do the smart thing? Do you do the smart thing, Uriel / Todd? What would be the smart thing to do right now?
I'm the last person to ask the smart thing to do.
You're a veteran.
I am.
When you, Martok, when you walk out, there's people with green sashes waking up, cleaning their bunks. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna order one of those.
Yes, that's the smart thing to do. Hey, you freaking peon! I don't want to get this guy breakfast. You could,
I was telling him, hey, go get us some breakfast.
It's that same blonde-haired guy.
Eggs.
It's that same blonde-haired guy with like, he's like 16. He's got a little bit of stubble, like his hair is kind of messed up. You're like, nice. And he like literally snaps to attention. He's like, sir.
It's like we need some breakfast. Go get me some like oatmeal with eggs, a couple bowls for me and the Highwater.
Sir! And then he just runs out and like...
For me and the Highwater.
Yeah, that's the guy, Darrett Highwater. This is him. Anyway, he trips over the threshold, but he doesn't fall faceplant. He just trips a little bit and then he runs out, like dashes out.
Nice.
And you see the other guys. As soon as you order him around, they are cleaning up faster. That thing of like, oh no, like that guy just got ordered around. I'm busy,
Yeah. And I'm just gonna kind of, I guess, was he cleaning stuff on his bunk or whatever?
Yeah, he was like military corners, making his bed, doing the tight thing. He had his armor. Each of them have like an armor stand for like their helmet and all that. He was like, he didn't even put his armor on. He still got his like not underclothes, but like, regular common, whatever.
Regular Gibson
stuff on.
Or something.
Yeah, but he was like moving that and like trying to keep it all clean and everything.
Cool. I'll just kind of hang out and check my equipment, make sure everything is in good working order.
Yeah, you notice, like, even though, you got your order made, like, this is, I don't know if you wore a little bit of heavy armor. They did, the Smiths actually did a really good job with this armor. Like, you notice, like, all the strapping is, like, new, and there's even padding inside that's new. So it hasn't been obviously used, but they use like really good material for the padding and everything. And your bandolier kind of fits like perfectly over your armor. You can like cinch it up over the shoulder and everything. So
nice.
Yeah.
Just make sure everything's combat ready to go, and
So like in about 5 minutes, as you're like checking your armor, the squire guy comes running in again. He's like, "Sir, sit here," and he's got 2 bags of like, you feel the heat off of them, but they're 2 like just paper bags. And he's like, I couldn't find the oatmeal, but I got some warm croissants, some coffee, and I found an apple.
Cool.
That was rough a little bit. Anyway, can I go back to doing what I was doing?
Yeah, sir. Thank you. And I'll grab the stuff for him.
Sir, and he goes back to messing with his armor and everything.
And I'll go back into Highwater. And is there like a desk in there where we eat?
Yeah, there was like, he's got a little desk. It's like one of those where like when you're eating, you're like almost, touching the person next to you, like one of those little breakfast nooks where you're like, they couldn't have made this one more foot wider, like it's too small. And he's like, he like, when you come in, he's got a big grin on his face. He's like, I would have done that. I would have done that too. And and he like looks in the bag and he's like, did he get croissants from that place across the street?
I don't know.
You look in the bag and you see the croissants are burnt.
Oh, great. Dumbass. All right. Well,
He's like,
yeah.
all right, yeah.
Breakfast is breakfast.
He's like, so what did you find out about the Northern Wastes?
Oof. About the northern. Let's see if I pull up my.
He's like, Trinity to tell you that we're going up there. At least the Knights are.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm also heading up that way. There's a bunch of stuff going on up that direction.
He said, well, I'd like to have you and your friends go up there and be scouts. And we have a lot of people. I have about 100 to 200 people that I'm assembling at the docks right now with supplies. He said, but we need a scouting force. He goes, we need
Nice.
He goes,
Where should we meet you up north? Or are you coming to report to?
He's like, well, the Wrecker's Edge. And he like points to the map. Because he has the map, next to him. He like grabs it. He's like, well, Wrecker's Edge is pretty much the only spot we know to land. And it's pretty recognizable. It's called Wrecker's Edge for a reason. There's boats that have hit the rocks, that have made good mooring places. So we want to muster there. But if you go with us, we'd probably send you and your friends ahead in a boat to scout ahead of us. The mage people, Swami and Uriel, right?
Yep.
Who's
Those are my mates.
He's like, who's the new Furlbog with you?
O'Grady. He's a druid, a very useful fella.
Oh. Well, anyway, Wrecker's Edge would be a good place to start. We could moor the boat there, but it's a lot of people to get off the land. So maybe your mages or somebody could send us a message, what's safe and not safe. If you have a way of doing that, that would be good.
Gotcha. All right.
Everything's gonna be ready tomorrow at 0600 to shove off.
All right. Yeah, maybe we find some Rocky Talkies or something like that eventually. But we'll figure it out.
He's like, oh, I heard about are those real? I just heard about the meeting.
Oh yeah, they're definitely real.
Well, anyway, maybe you could find the person that made them and see if they could help us out.
Yeah. That's
and
a separate
you
campaign.
see him as he talks, he like bites into the croissant, and it's that thing where you hear it crack, and he's like he just throws it away, and then you see him reach in the bag and pull out the apple and like eat that, and he's like, like at least, and he's got like a little percolator pot of coffee, and he like pours in like his mess kit, like a thing of coffee. He's
That's
like,
fair.
You want coffee?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Because what happened was he did get coffee for you, but he smells that and it's like just burnt all to hell, So he just sets it over there and then he pours his own coffee. He's like, you want coffee?
I said yes. Yes.
Oh, you did? There you go, Grady. It just went all robotic again. I think that's O'Grady.
That's it. All right.
He pours you a cup of coffee. Everybody has a cup. Is there anything else before you take off? Do you want to ask him anything or?
Not really. Make sure you come equipped and prepared. Make sure they get a lot of supplies.
We'll just meet on the docks at 6:00 tomorrow. We'll get you all set up.
All right, sounds good. And I'll I don't know what kind of salute we do, but I'll just sort of
you salute. It's kind of the standard.
Adios. And then what color is his sash? Does he have a?
He's white like you, but remember he did sign on the dotted line. Like a week before you, so he technically outranks you by 1 week.
Sure.
He doesn't have like the red or the the gold sash or anything yet. He's not like management yet. Like even though he got promoted quickly, he didn't get promoted that quickly. So
yeah.
Like I said, he fought, so like they were like promoted him quick. He's like, oh, you lived here. Let's go, Swami. We'll do Swami and Uriel at the same time. Go ahead.
And I'll go meet up with those guys. So whenever I arrive, that's when I arrive.
Okay. Yeah.
You hear me any better?
Yeah, you sound better, O'Grady. /
Okay.
You sound a little better.
I don't know.
So we'll say Swami and Uriel. We'll do you guys. You guys kind of head out. Where were you going to go to? You're going to go try to find Adric?
Yes.
You don't really know where he's at. You know that the knights are building like an office there, like in town, but it isn't constructed yet. And you know what? Give me an intelligence check, both of you guys.
20.
Hey, Swami, what did you get? I mean, you do know, obviously, where do you guys want to look for him first? Do you guys, I mean, you don't really know where he's at. Do you guys have an inkling of where you want to try to look for him at least?
Like probably over by the Knights area.
Oh, you guys, so I'll do this really easy. So, we'll move you guys, whoops, wrong way. We'll move you guys over this way. And I don't know, I think, let's do here, link to the campaign. So we'll say that you're coming out of the thing, and Martok, you kind of come down the steps, Martok, of this place that's being built, and they kind of like are walking down the square. You guys kind of run into each other. And you guys
hey, Martok, how are you?
Yeah, and you see this like
good.
ramshackle thing behind him. You see some of the men outside, some workmen outside working.
And I'll just be like, we're looking for Adric.
Yeah. Hey, is Adric here?
I don't know.
You didn't see him.
Let's go see. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see him in there.
Swami, with your history check, you do remember the matron mother last night said that there was a church in town, and it was called Her Holy Lady, and Adric is a cleric.
That means he could possibly be over there, right?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay, I go over there and check.
All right, so you guys are headed over there. I'm gonna go to O'Grady really quick. O'Grady, is there anything you want from the matron mother, or you were looking at her thing? Was there anything else that you specifically were looking for when you were at the market? Sorry, what? I didn't hear you.
So no, not really.
Okay. She's like, is there anything? She looks at you. She's like, is there anything you require?
Now, how much are these crystals though?
She's like 300 for the better one that restores a third level spell slot. 200 for the second level. 100 for the first level.
Nope. I don't need anything.
You're like, well, I'm a little tapped. That's a little high. She's like, oh, I think your friends went to go to town, and you see her. She's like, I believe they went to go to the Knights of Solemnia, their office. Some of your friends, anyway. I heard him say that.
Did your pinky ever grow back?
She shows she's got 10 digits.
Right.
She's like,
What?
she's like, that's a very interesting experiment. She's like, it did really hurt though. I don't recommend getting your finger cut off.
I'm sure growing it back is probably.
She's like, she goes, I don't sleep much being undead, but I opened my eyes and my pinky was back.
How long did it take?
Well, I don't know if you know the elves, but they only sleep for about 4 hours. I sleep for about 2. So I guess 2 hours.
All right. All right, well, I'm going to go meet up with everyone. You have a wonderful day.
You know what, Jesse? You're right. It is handy. It's very handy to be able to grow your fingers back. It's the best I could do. I couldn't get the joke to work all the way. To make this easy, you guys kind of like are walking around towards the church, and you guys kind of all meet up together right as you're about to enter the church. And I know we only have a couple more minutes, but as you come to the church, which I haven't built yet, because I didn't know you guys were going to go to church. You hear music coming out. It's like morning mass, and the doors are closed. You see a couple of people coming in late, like some commoners coming in late, and they're opening and closing the door. But when they open the door, you just hear like organ music and like singing, and then the door closes. And because it's early. It's like 7 or 8 in the morning, but it's like early morning mass. Do you guys want to like go in and take a seat, or are you guys gonna hang back and wait?
Yeah, I'm in there. I want to go in there and hear a sermon.
Okay. Are you in?
See what that life is like in there.
Okay, Swami, you're pushing the doors open?
Yep.
Even or odd? With a 6-sided dice, even or odd?
Even.
That's a 4 on the dice. You open the door and there is no squeak. Some people
go.
Some people are still milling in, couple latecomers. You hear singing. Everybody, do you guys just follow Swami, or are you waiting to see what happens when he goes in, or are you guys all
I was with him, so
you guys go in, you burst in.
I go straight and sit in the front row.
Okay. There's a couple spots in the front row, and
I sit in the back.
you're like, no, you're in the back. I'm not a holy man.
I'm gonna stand in the aisle and not sit at all.
There's open pews, there's open spaces. You don't even want to sit down. You're just gonna stand there.
Yeah,
Awkward guy.
Okay. This huge human, yeah. Oh, Grady, what are you doing? Are you going in, or because you're not one for really churches, but you can still go in. It's not like you're gonna burn. You're not like undead.
Heathen.
You do what? Sorry.
I'll just hang back and hang out here.
Oh, you're like, I'm not going in there. You hang on the steps. You're. So I got to do this. So you guys are all in there. Martok's being a big jerk. Kidding. Anyway, he's standing in the aisle. You guys are sitting down as the singing is kind of like dying down and the sermon's starting. O'Grady, a peasant, like you could tell, it's like a working class, like commoner, maybe like a builder. He walks past you, stops, looks at you, throws a copper at your feet, and then goes in the church and closes the door. Like it closes behind him.
Hell yeah, dude!
You're like, thanks, man.
I just made my kebab money back.
Yeah, that's right. I could go back and get 2 more kebabs. When does the breakfast rush stop? I could go back and get 2 more. So the singing dies down, and the you see the priest come out. It's not Adric, but give me, for everybody that's in the church, give me a perception check.
Yeah.
Not bad.
13.
Also 13.
Wow, lucky number 13.
18.
Nice. So you guys kind of scan around, and you see Adric sitting in like the second pew from the front. So he's kind of like behind you, Swami. Martok, you're kind of looking diagonal at him. You're looking basically at the back of his head, Uriel. He scans over and sees you guys, and you see him get a big grin on your face. And he says, you guys all hear in your brain, like he's talking to you. You hear him say, you don't have to stay for this sermon, but I have big news if you guys want to talk afterwards. Like he's sending you a message in your brain. So Martok, Adric is Martok, Uriel, and Swami all hear that in their brain.
Good to know.
I talk back. Can we wait in your office?
He's like, you see him scrunch.
What office?
You see him scrunch his face, and then in your brain you hear, "This is my office. I'm a cleric. We're in a church. I don't have this is.
There's no like room
Oh,
in the
yes.
back that he has his desk at.
He's like, you see him scrunch his face again. He's trying not to interrupt, and he's sitting behind you, and you see him turn and look at you. He's like, I don't own the church. I'm just going to church. He said, I'm not the priest. Because as he says that, you see the priest come out in like all of his vestments, and he sits up there and he says, glory be to everybody. And everybody says like, the Kryn version of amen. Do you have, Swami, you want to say anything to him? When he's like, I don't own this building. Like, God, I'm just going to church. Do you say anything to him or no?
Can we wait at his home?
He says, I don't, I just sleep at the barracks with the knights, but if you want to, you could go to Titina's. You hear, everybody hears the same thing, like he's broadcasting it. He says, she's agreed to go with us if we're going to be scouts, and she's going to give us the Rocky Talkies. She wants to go. Like, he gets really, you see his eyes dart out, and he's like, and obviously he's not speaking, but he's like, she heard about the waste, and she wants to go.
All right, what are we doing, guys?
I'm going to stay and pray to my God, and I'll follow Adric.
Okay. Yeah, well, Adric's waiting for the service and everything. So you're going to pray to your other god. Give me a religion check, Martok.
Oh.
Swami.
Not used that in a while.
Yeah, Swami, Uriel, do you guys want to do anything? Because the sermon's about to start. Is there anything because you can broadcast to Adric while this is like...
No, I'm gonna stick around for the sermon to see what kind of sermon they hold.
Yeah, maybe it's a cool sermon. Yeah,
I'm
17.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Maybe they'll pass around the grape juice and a little piece of bread.
Uriel, what'd you get, Uriel?
Oh shit.
What is it? Well, is there anything you want to do before the sermon starts? Do you want to pray to your own God or do anything?
What were we doing?
Well,
whatever you want.
Oh yeah, because you had to leave for a second.
What was the dice?
History
check.
It was just
religion.
It was just yeah. Unless you want to pray to some other weird god or anything like that.
24.
24. Okay.
Yeah, I got that natty.
Nice. Oh, you got a natty 20. Okay, I'll start with you since you got a natty 20. You look like you're kind of like looking through the crowd. And it looks like there's someone up front that you recognize, but you just can't like put your, the name to the face. It looks like you see it's this person who's kind of like looking, as everybody's kind of silently looking forward to listen to the sermon. This person looks back, and it looks like even for an elf, like an older elven gentleman with like thinning blonde hair. It's very long, but his eyes are gray, like they used to be blue. And you just get this sense like you recognize him, and it's like on the tip of your tongue who he is. And he looks at you, and he smiles, and then he nods, and then he turns around, and the sermon is about to start. Martok, you with your religion check, you're standing in the aisle, and you're kind of like, I'm a dick, right? And you're kind of like glancing, and you see a man in a burlap, like kind of robe jacket thing, look up at you with like a beard and everything, and it's Taruk, and you haven't seen him in a while. He's in the pews at the church, and he looks at you, and he mouths like he's like, sit down, like sit down.
I'll do what I want, Sir Rick. I'll go ahead and sit down.
Don't tell me what to do, you deity. I'll do what I want.
I think I'll have a seat.
I think I'll have a seat. Yeah.
Get bent, Sir Rick. Sit down.
O'Grady, as you're out there, we're going to end in a couple minutes. As you're out there, you see that robed figure that you saw kind of like casing you, and like looking at you a couple times. They're walking to like across the church. There's like they're walking towards the croissant shop, and they do the same thing where they clock you and they go right for the croissant. So they do the thing and when they look over at you with a cloak, and then they go right to the croissant shop.
I never followed it. Let me see what's up.
All right, and that's where we're gonna leave it. You're gonna take off and follow the guy because we only got a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
So that's where we'll leave it. So.